Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wise Pages. Today, we are going to talk about a book that is far from ordinary. It's not just another book, it's a timeless guide, a masterclass in the art of connection that will transform how you interact with everyone around you. Within its pages, we're going to uncover strategies that have the power to positively influence people. Once you truly understand these principles, you will become exceptional in your relationships, your social interactions, and your ability to truly understand the people in your life. If you choose to apply the principles from this book, you will unlock secrets that won't just help you make friends, but will also allow you to positively influence others. And the most remarkable part? The strategies and principles laid out in this book work just as powerfully today as they did the day they were first written. This isn't a relic of the past, it's a living, breathing roadmap. It shows us how to use proven connection techniques to achieve success, both in our personal lives and in our business endeavors. Friends, welcome to Wise Pages. Let's begin our journey into the summary of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We start with Chapter 1, which focuses on the fundamental techniques in handling people. In this chapter, Dale Carnegie shares essential techniques that, once mastered, will teach you how to handle people with grace and build positive, lasting relationships. Carnegie outlines 3 core techniques. The first is the power of avoiding criticism. This means we must learn to sidestep the urge to criticize. People often jump to find fault in others, but that is a destructive path. Instead of pointing out what someone did wrong, we should seek to understand why they did it. Imagine a scenario where your friend, let's call him Arthur, is hosting a party. Everyone has been invited. You and all your other friends arrive on time, except for one friend, let's call him Ben. Ben is late. Instantly, the other friends begin to criticize him without even hearing his side. They say things like, Ben is always like this, or he never shows up on time, or he just doesn't care about anyone else. This is criticism in its purest form, and this is exactly what you must avoid. If you find yourself in a similar situation, instead of joining the criticism, you should speak to your friend with kindness. Gently ask him why he was late. Perhaps an urgent and unavoidable task came up. Even better, you could choose not to mention the lateness at all. Simply welcome him and say, "Don't worry about it, mate. Let's just enjoy the party." By doing this, you will build immense trust. That friend, Ben, will begin to trust you more than anyone else. He will feel a sense of openness with you, sharing his thoughts, ideas, and feelings freely. This technique is as powerful as it is effective. However, be mindful that some people may use it to manipulate others, so always use it with good intentions. The second technique from this chapter is sincere appreciation. This means acknowledging and appreciating people for their positive actions and good work. When you offer genuine appreciation, it has a powerful effect. Many people confuse this with flattery, but they are completely different. Flattery is selfish and fake, while sincere appreciation is heartfelt and honest. When you practice genuine appreciation, you get to know a person's strengths and the positive aspects of their life. What do you gain from this? First, it dramatically increases their trust in you. Psychologically, when you speak well of someone, they naturally begin to trust you more. Second, it creates positive reinforcement. When you appreciate someone, they become excited to do more of that good work. And finally, you create a positive environment where people feel motivated and valued. The third fundamental technique is taking a genuine interest in others. If you want to build a strong relationship, you need to go far beyond a simple, normal interaction. You must ignite a genuine curiosity about the other person, their experiences, their perspectives, their feelings. This is how you build a strong connection and truly understand them. For example, let's say you meet someone named Charlotte at a gathering. Instead of just making small talk, Show a real interest in her work, her hobbies, and her experiences. Listen actively to what she tells you. Show her that you are curious about her passions. If she starts to tell you about an achievement, ask her about the challenges she faced and how she overcame them. By showing this genuine interest, you are not just making the conversation better, you are valuing her experience and learning from her. This is how you build a powerful connection and earn trust. So, these were the 3 fundamental techniques for handling people. Now, let's move on to Chapter 2, 6 Ways to Make People Like You. In this chapter, we will discuss 6 principles that will help you build positive relationships and make others gravitate towards you. The first principle is to smile. A genuine, positive smile is one of the most powerful and effective tools for making people like you. When you begin a conversation with a smile, it creates an instant feeling of warmth and belonging. The other person doesn't feel like you are a stranger. A smile signals good behavior and a good nature. It improves your first impression and creates a welcoming environment that encourages the other person to engage with you more deeply. The benefit is not just for the other person. Smiling also releases chemicals in your own body that automatically lift your mood. People will trust you and feel comfortable talking with you. The second principle is to remember names. Carnegie believed that simply respecting people isn't enough. When you meet someone for the second time, you should address them by their name. This makes the other person feel valued. They think, wow, this person remembered my name. They perceive you as smart and considerate, and this is crucial for building rapport. When someone feels you know their name, they will interact with you on a more personal level, making the conversation more focused and engaging. Repeating the name helps you remember it, too. For instance, if someone says, "Hi, I'm David," instead of just saying hi, reply with, "Nice to meet you, David." You've said it once, you've heard it twice, and now you can recall it in your mind, creating a positive connection. The third principle is to be a good listener. This is absolutely essential for both making people like you and attracting them to you. You need to listen as an active listener. That means listening with focus and genuine interest, understanding what the other person is saying without interrupting. If you pay attention and listen actively, a strong connection will naturally form between you. The fourth principle is to talk in terms of the other person's interests. Whatever you talk about should be aligned with what the other person cares about. If you speak about their interests, your conversation becomes far more engaging and enjoyable for them. They will be able to interact with you more easily, and they will feel more connected to you. The fifth principle is to make the other person feel important. You must make the other person feel that they matter. You can do this by appreciating their contributions or simply by giving them your genuine attention. When you make someone feel important, a deep bond is created between you. The sixth principle is to become genuinely interested in other people. We discussed this in the first chapter, but in short, the more interest you show in another person's world, the more they will be attracted to you. They will feel that you care, and that feeling is the foundation of connection. Let's also consider the benefits of these 6 principles. First, they create a powerful positive impression, both in the short and long term. Second, they foster a friendly environment. Third, they improve your communication skills, making them more engaging and enjoyable. And most importantly, they build a positive relationship, because when you make someone feel important and valued, a powerful, positive bond is inevitable. Now we move to Chapter 3, How to Win People to Your Way of Thinking. This chapter provides practical principles and strategies for effective communication. By using these, you can bring people over to your perspective, connect with them more deeply, and attract them towards you. The first key point is to avoid arguments. Never let yourself be drawn into an argument. People often become stubborn about their point of view, whether they are right or wrong. You do not need to prove someone wrong. Arguments create resistance, which is a barrier in your conversation. The more you argue, the more your own anger will rise, and soon the situation will spiral out of control. Often, in those heated moments, we say anything to prove we are right. If you want to win people over, you must never argue with them. The next point is incredibly important: admitting your mistakes. This is one of the most powerful points of all. Accept the mistakes you have made. Don't be afraid to admit them. If you stand in front of everyone and say, "This mistake happened because of me," you are creating an environment of honesty and openness. This encourages everyone else to admit their own mistakes, and no one will try to blame another person. The beauty of this principle is that when you bring about change in yourself, you inspire change in others. People will see you as honest and honorable. The next point is seeing things from other people's perspectives. You must always pay attention to both sides of a story. You need to understand the other person's viewpoint and their perspective. When two people disagree, before jumping to any conclusion, you should carefully listen to and try to understand where the other person is coming from. Then, find a solution that works for both of you. If you ignore the other person's perspective and just keep stating your own, they will have zero interest in what you have to say. You will not be able to win them over, nor will you be able to connect with them properly. By avoiding condemnation and admitting your potential mistakes, you can have a skillful discussion and win people to your way of thinking. In a single line, instead of constantly debating every point, you should adopt a collaborative form of communication. Finally, we arrive at Chapter 4, Be a Leader: How to Change People Without Giving Offense or Arousing Resentment. In this chapter, we will learn how to change people without making them angry or resentful. We will focus on leadership qualities and strategies that can positively influence people. The guidance here is for bringing about positive change and making good decisions. First is expressing appreciation and praise. Carnegie emphasizes the power of honest, sincere appreciation in leadership. Recognizing and acknowledging the efforts and achievements of others fosters a positive and motivated team. Next, appeal to a person's eager desire. Instead of forcing your ideas onto someone, an effective leader inspires others by showing them how they can personally benefit. By connecting a goal to people's own wants and aspirations, you can spark excitement and commitment. Another key point: ask questions instead of giving direct orders. You should never communicate by giving orders. When you give someone a direct order, it makes them feel bad inside, and they will stop respecting you, even if they fake respect outwardly. If you start your conversation by asking a question, the other person will feel that their answer matters, and they will naturally begin to respect you. Also, let people save face. If someone makes a mistake, you can talk to them calmly and help them correct it. Making a scene in front of everyone will only lower their morale. People learn from their mistakes, so instead of publicly pointing out their errors, speak to them privately and find a solution. If you suggest something to someone, and they accomplish that task, you must appreciate them for doing it. You can show them where their skill level was before and where it is now. For example, if you tell a friend to take a course, and they complete it, you can point out, "You didn't know these things before, but now you've learned these new skills." This not only motivates them but also deepens their trust and belief in you. Finally, give the other person a reputation to live up to. If you give someone a positive reputation, they will internally begin to respect you even more. And if you give them this reputation in front of others, it's even more powerful. Imagine a company manager, let's call her Eleanor, gives a project to an employee named Frank. Frank completes the project early and does an excellent job. Eleanor then praises Frank in front of all the other employees. Frank feels fantastic, and his respect for Eleanor grows immensely. The secondary benefit is that all the other employees will be motivated to work harder on their own projects. It's a win-win for everyone. So, friends, that was our summary of Dale Carnegie's timeless classic, How to Win Friends and Influence People. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the art of connection and influence. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. Please do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This is Wise Pages, signing off.